PSHS News. I'm Sam Lee.
And I'm Nick McMillan.
Today we take an inside look at Perry Sound High School's newest project, the Fish Farm.
This week, Ms. Jenkins introduces the new Perry Sound website, and we'll be listening to some feedback on what the students thought.
We'll also be taking a look at this year's new character traits. Let's go to Carson DeChevy with the project leader for this fish farm.
Hello, my name is Carson DeChevy with PSHS News. Today we're going to interview Mr. Cameron on the current fish farm project that's occurring in the school. I'm here with Mr. Cameron, who's the lead SHSM environmental studies teacher, and he's head of this fish farm project as well. So what can you tell us about the fish farm?
Well, I'm glad you asked about the fish farm. This is a new program that we're going to offer this year at Perry Sound High School, and basically what happens is, as you can see behind me, there's a bunch of blue tanks, and in the big blue tank here we are going to have a number of tilapia fish, roughly 3 to 400, and basically what will happen is the fish will have waste in their manure, and it'll get filtered through a number of filters over here, and eventually it'll go towards the nutrient-rich water will go to feed roughly 400 different plants. We're going to have lettuce, celery, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, and all kinds of fresh herbs.
All right, and what exactly is all the plants and fish going to be going towards afterwards?
Well, ultimately what will happen is once we get up and running, it's a self-sustaining system, so we'll have fish that will be growing year-round, and we'll have vegetables that will be growing year-round. So Mr. Kenz will be using some of the fish and produce in the food services area of the school, and extra food that we have left over we're going to be looking to donate to Harvest Share.
All right, and what is it going to be like, just kind of the upkeep of this?
It's fairly self-contained. Ultimately what will happen is once we get it up and running, there's going to be a plant that we're going to put in the fish tank. It's called duckweed, and the tilapia will eat the duckweed, and so we no longer have to feed the fish directly with fish food. And once the duckweed's established, the fish will eat that, and their waste will continue to go through to the plants, and it's a big cycle. So just after the plants take the nutrients out of the water, the clean water goes back into the tank where the fish are, and then of course there's the waste from the fish, and it just continues in a big cycle. So it's a self-contained unit.
That's great. All right. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Showing us all this. And that's all for today, folks. This is Carson DeChevy signing out.
Did you know, Nick, that fish farming is also referred to as aquaponics?
That's a pretty fishy name, Sam. Now over to Dylan Chevalier with what the students thought of the new Perry Sound High School website.
Hey, I'm Dylan Chevalier for PSHS News. Today we're going to ask people's opinions on the new PSHS webpage. How'd you like the new webpage, Josh?
It was alright, I guess.
I don't like it very much. I think it's slow, and I don't like some of the features on it.
It sucks. It's alright. There could be some changes.
I'm here with Miss Jenkins, who designed the webpage. Why did you change the webpage, and whose idea was it?
Okay. All of the web pages in the Near North Board have been changed to this design by the webmaster for the board, who's Mr. Kern. And then each individual school got someone to specialize it for their school and to put on all the school's information.
Was it easy to use? Why or why not?
It was okay to use, but I found that the old web page was a lot easier to use than the new one.
Not really, because I couldn't find Student Tracker.
Yeah, Student Tracker wasn't working, and I couldn't find my one teacher.
It was not easy to use because it's new. I had no idea what I was doing. Couldn't even find Student Tracker.
Oh. Are there any changes you may still make to it?
Oh yeah, there's lots of changes that we're going to make. What we've got here right now is a web page that gives you the school calendar. It gives the teachers access to booking the libraries and the computer labs, and it gives you the teacher links. Everything else is there in a very basic way and needs to be populated with current and informative content.
Do you have any suggestions for improving the web page?
Just to put on that bar that had like the virtual library and the student tracker, and all the things that most students check on a regular basis.
Get rid of it.
Spell check.
Change it back.
Okay, thank you very much, Josh.
You're welcome.
Will you be accepting feedback from students on the webpage?
Oh yeah, sure. I've gotten lots of feedback so far from teachers asking if certain things can be included, and you know, whoever has great ideas, it would be great for them to get them on the webpage.
What specifically did you design on the webpage?
Specifically, I designed this image rotator here that highlights some of our most important programs. This menu up here, this drop-down menu, that can't be changed at all. This is the same for every single website in the whole board, so I don't do that. But what I do is I manage the news feed. I put on these buttons that are specific to us and our programs, and they lead to pages which, like right now, are very basic, and they're going to get more detailed, more pictures and things like that as we go on.
Well, there you have it. Most people don't like the new webpage, but there may still be hope for it yet. This is Dylan Chevalier, PSHS News, signing off.
That's some pretty honest feedback, Sam. Let's hope the designer can take that into consideration.
Indeed. Lastly, we'll take a look at the newest character traits for this year with Cameron Boyd.
Hi, I'm here with Miss Beasley, the creator of the retheme for the year. How does it work?
Well, last year we decided, because our theme was about change, that this year we would focus instead on changing, revisiting or rethinking or reevaluating traits that you think would help you have a better experience here at school, or traits that maybe in the past you felt really defined you but maybe could use some work now.
So what's your opinion on reusing all the themes from last year?
Yeah, I think we should reuse them because they weren't really well looked at last year.
Tell us about the community consultation.
Yeah, the community consultation is the process we use to pick our traits of the month for the year. So this year what we decided to do was to try to include as many people as possible. So we had a survey in the cafeteria where students could take stickers and vote for the different traits that they wanted to see this year. And the question that they were looking at is, what trait would you like to revisit? Would you like to work on again?
Did you vote this year?
Yes, I actually did. I voted for confidence.
Oh yeah? So what do you think of confidence becoming the theme for the year?
I think it'd be really good considering that we're in high school, and I think confidence is a huge part of high school, especially when you're in grade 9 or 10. You're not fully into the high school mood, you know? You know what I mean?
We thought that confidence, because it was so overwhelmingly chosen, should be the theme of the year. So the theme of the year is rebuild confidence. And then there were a lot of traits chosen to support that. Respect, cooperation, enthusiasm, creativity, humility, which has never been chosen before, so that one's kind of interesting. And there's 10 for the whole school year.
That's it for this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Be sure to tune in next week.
I'm Nick McMillan.
I'm Sam Layden, and since today is Pajama Day at PSHS, we'd like to show our school spirit.
When I say Panthers, you say Grr.
Panthers! Grr! Panthers! Grr! Panthers! Panthers! Grr! Grr! Grr!
That was great.